Did you know Americans create 25% more waste just from Halloween to New Year's? Christmas time is most everyone's favorite time of the year, but it's definitely not Mother Earth's favorite time of the year. And that's because of the vast amount of waste that we create during this time. From wrapping paper to throwing out unwanted items to throwing away our entire Christmas trees, Christmas is generally a very wasteful time of the year. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about the environmental impact of Christmas. Hello everyone, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of this community. We talk about all sorts of things of zero waste, focusing on free, easy, and fun ways to live low waste and practical ways to be an activist. And for some reason, I still have yet to touch on the environmental impact of Christmas. I've done pretty much every other major holiday in the US. And yeah, as I already touched on, Christmas is a very wasteful time of the year, not only for packaging and everything like that, but so many different layers. If you would like to read along or you are hard of hearing or deaf, I do have the blog post linked in the description of this video if you prefer to read along. And if you've missed it, don't forget to check out my Christmas gift guide for 2022. It is linked down below and up here, as well as my other gift guides throughout the years and other Christmas related content. The first thing we're going to talk about today is trees. Now, we're not going to dive too far into whether you should buy a real tree or a fake tree. I have a whole video talking about that already. I covered it last year, maybe 2 years ago. Again, that video is linked above and below. But in short, real trees are the way to go. How is that possible, you say, if you have to cut down a tree? That's because growing a Christmas tree is way more environmentally friendly than harvesting oil, turning it into plastic, turning it into a tree, shipping it halfway across the world just for you to keep it out for a few days a year. And sometimes people throw them away every year. At least according to my research, if you're someone who throws away your fake Christmas tree every year and buys a new one every single year, I might haunt you. Not to mention, most Christmas tree farms also grow 3 trees for every 1 tree that's cut down. And while Christmas trees are growing, they are sequestering carbon. So they're actually way more environmentally friendly than people think. But that's just the growing part. The real waste comes with their disposal. Most people throw their real Christmas trees into the landfill, which turns into methane emissions. Nearly 30 million Christmas trees are sold annually in the US, most of which are sent to the landfill. Many Americans do not have access to curbside compost, and even if we did, trees are much too large to fit into our compost bins. But you do have the option to recycle your Christmas tree, especially if you live in a big city. So if you're like me, I would type in Christmas tree recycling Las Vegas in order to find a way to recycle my Christmas tree, my real one that is. So you can just type Christmas tree recycling plus your city, your county, your state, and companies will take your trees and turn them into mulch. Or if you have a live tree that you decorate, it's in a pot, you can give it to your city, perhaps, to plant in your local park. You could give it to a nursery, you could give it to a farm. There are many ways to give your tree new life instead of the landfill. Now, what about fake trees? Surely because we're not sending them to the landfill every year, they're better, right? Well, likely not. It all depends on where you source your fake tree from, as well as how long you use it. For example, if you find a used Christmas tree secondhand and you use it for decades upon decades, that's gonna have way less of an impact than cutting down one tree every year. But that's not what most people are doing. Most people are buying fake trees brand new, not using them for their entire life, probably not finding ways to recycle them, and that can be very wasteful. The number of fake trees sold per year is closer to 20 to 25 million. That means every year 20 to 25 million brand new fake trees are produced, which means drilling for oil to make the plastic branches, mining for metal to make the arms and the stands, and mining for other precious metals to create the wiring. I couldn't find a good stat on how many fake trees are thrown away every year, so if you know that number, you have a resource, please let me know down below. But considering 20 to 25 million fake trees are sold every year, I'm willing to bet a lot of people throw them away every year as well. Which is not only polluting, but also those precious metals that have been mined to create your tree to use for just 1 month out of the year are going to the landfill instead of being recycled. And our landfills are running out of space, and by throwing away these huge plastic metal trees that are never going to break down, we're taking up valuable landfill real estate. And if you'd like to learn more about it's kind of scary how fast our landfills are running out of space, you can check out this video. Moving on to decorations. Yet another thing I think people buy brand new every single year just to throw them away every single year because you have to fit the trends, you know? And this has never been my family. My mom has always used the same Christmas decorations. I still think she uses the same ones she uses since she had my older sister. And I just think it makes it so much more special to bring out those same decorations and then go visit my family during the holidays and see those same decorations I saw when I was a kid. It's just so much more sentimental that way, instead of going out and buying some generic gold and silver ornaments every single year and throwing them away every single year. And I get it, themes and aesthetics change. If someone had an 80s themed Christmas tree and then tried to put that up now, it probably wouldn't be the vibe. But that's why you should just buy some timeless pieces, some classic Christmas themes that don't have anything to do with the current styles. Even if you do have to buy them brand new, find something that fits your style, find something that you think you're going to use for a long time, something high quality, and keep them and use them forever. But you can also find some really great options secondhand. Our ornaments were secondhand. A lot of our other Christmas decorations were secondhand, and they're like significantly cheaper as well. And you're also keeping this stuff out of the landfill. And you can also check places like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, OfferUp, etc. In England, it is estimated that 125,000 tons of decorations are thrown out every single year. That's 1.2 million British pounds in money. So why throw away all that money? Keep it. And even if you want to change your aesthetic every year, fine. Donate your items instead of throwing them away. Not to mention, this isn't even talking about emissions, mining, drilling for that oil to create those plastic ornaments, shipping them thousands of miles to your door, just for you to throw them in the landfill 4 weeks later. So of course, we already talked about a more sustainable way is to thrift them, but you can also DIY a lot of your Christmas decorations that are a lot more eco-friendly. You can spray paint some pine cones that you foraged. You can dry out some oranges and make some garland that way. You can make popcorn garland. You can make salt ornaments. I turned some reclaimed wood into some really nice Christmas paintings, like some like signs kind of thing. I have a video, oh gosh, I probably made it in 2019. It's pretty old now, but that was me turning some like scrap stuff that I found either in the trash or I was gonna throw away and turning it into Christmas decorations. Wrapping paper. I think this is probably where everyone's mind goes to when they think of Christmas waste, because wrapping paper, you wrap your boxes, you might keep it on there for a few weeks to like up the ante a bit with the Christmas surprise, but ultimately it's only on there for a few seconds before you rip it off and throw it in the landfill. Not to mention, most wrapping paper isn't even recyclable. A lot of it is made out of 100% plastic or plastic coated paper. Bows, tape, other stuff is on this wrapping paper that makes it non-recyclable. If you're looking for a more eco-friendly way to wrap your gifts this year, I have a full video I did last year. It is linked up here and below. From all sorts of things. I still have some back there. I just left the boxes wrapped. So that paper is made with Rapidly. They are 100% recyclable paper and they're double-sided so you can get the most use out of them. You could upcycle things like chip bags, grocery bags, tin foil. Who gives a crap paper is very colorful and fun to use for gift wrapping. Not to mention upcycling is free. Wrapping paper is so expensive. Every year, Americans spend $7 billion on wrapping paper. That equates to 4.6 million pounds of paper. So 4.6 million pounds of paper. All those trees had to be grown, cut down, dyed with toxic chemicals just for us to wrap our gifts for a few minutes and then throw it away. And I get it, reusable wrapping paper or finding these eco-friendly alternatives isn't for everyone. So if that's you and you prefer the disposable, I highly encourage you to use 100% paper. Brown craft paper is a great one, or like I mentioned, that brand back there, Rapidly. Now you might be thinking, what's reusable gift wrap? Things like tea towels, blankets, scarves, reusable bags, like using a canvas tote bag to put someone's gift in. Now that bag or that towel or that scarf doubles as a gift as well. Or that person can reuse it as gift wrap the next year. And of course, a lot of the decorations we put on our gifts as well is very wasteful too. Ribbons, bows, glitter, and so forth. So choose something that is made out of natural materials like cotton yarn, hemp yarn, even recycled yarn is better, cotton, twine, pine cones, sprigs of rosemary, sprigs of pine, stuff that can be composted, and even if you don't compost it, that's a lot better than using plastic. Something I hate about the holidays every single year is Christmas cards. I get it. It's a lot of fun to take family photos and like give a little summary recap of your year to your friends and family, but we live in the age of the internet, the age of social media, and that's what we do every year. Some years we go all out and we make like a little video recap. Some years I just throw a few photos on a template that I find in Canva completely for free, download it, upload it to Facebook, upload it with like a list of things we did this year. Boom. All my friends and family get to see it all at once. I don't have to spend any money on envelopes and stamps. I don't have to waste emissions shipping those across the country. I don't have to waste resources for all those trees being cut down and all the ink being used. Not to mention they're also expensive to personalize cards, but you can also use apps like InShot and iMovie to put together a little video for your family. But I think digital Christmas cards are really the way to go. They are way less environmentally harmful. They are literally free, and you can personalize them however you want. Another wasteful thing that I hate about the holidays is unwanted gifts, as well as throwing away your items after receiving a new item. These kind of go hand in hand. So I think we really need to normalize the idea of telling people exactly what we want for the holidays. When my mom's like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? I give her a list of like a dozen things. I don't just tell her, get me this one thing. I mean, I might, but Giving someone a list of things still gives them the option to surprise you, because you don't know exactly what they're going to pick on that list. But in the past, our families would buy us stuff that they just saw on sale or they thought we might like, and I would donate a lot of that stuff instantly. And of course, donating is better than landfill, but there are some issues with our thrift store systems. You can check out this video to learn more. When you tell someone the gifts you're gonna get, you still get that element of surprise. Not to mention, people aren't wasting their money. You're not feeling bad for wasting their money for buying you a gift you didn't want. You're saving stuff from the landfill. It's really just more enjoyable for everyone involved. Now, if you still receive an unwanted gift, I highly encourage you, donate it, re-gift it, sell it. Please find another way to reuse that item instead of sending it to the landfill. Now, say you do receive something you really, really wanted. You received the latest iPhone. What are you gonna do with your iPhone 10, 11, 12, whatever previous model we are on? Don't throw it away. Again, as I already mentioned with the unwanted gifts, even with your items you've used for a long, long time and you receive the newer model, donate it, sell it, re-gift it. Don't throw it away, especially electronics. Electronics are super harmful to put into the landfill and super valuable to recycle. You can even make money selling your old tech. Info about that up here. So ultimately what this point comes down to is think before you throw away and try to find another option besides the landfill, even if it is just recycling. Something that I think is a big issue throughout, like from Christmas to New Year's, when people are having big feasts and parties and gatherings, and that is food waste. If you're like me, you like leftovers, you probably love having leftovers at the end of the holiday season. You can have meals for the rest of the week afterwards. You don't have to worry about cooking for a while. You can enjoy your holiday break. But a lot of people don't like leftovers. And if that's you, I really encourage you to plan your meals carefully. You can either ask your guests to bring their own Tupperware so that they can bring leftovers home if you don't want to eat them yourself, if you're hosting or something like that. But if not, plan ahead. If you are only having 4 people come, you don't need to cook enough for 12 people. If you have enough for 12 people, you don't need to cook enough for 20 people. It's a fine line. It really is, because people want leftovers. People want to have seconds. But you also don't want to have tons and tons of food waste, because that's not only expensive, but very, very harmful to the environment. Over 4 million dinners are thrown away every year, which is equivalent to 263,000 turkeys, 2.5 million pies, 740,000 desserts, and 11.3 million potatoes. Gone, wasted. And this makes me specifically sad with animal products, because that animal was killed just for it to be sent to the landfill. How disgusting. Like, I don't have another word for it. But the same goes for plants too. Water, resources, fertilizer, someone's literal labor was put into growing your potatoes and your carrots and your green beans just for you to put them in the landfill. I just think that's so disrespectful to everyone involved. And if like nothing else prevents you from avoiding food waste, not just for the environment, but also for the money, but also just think of the people who grew your food. Don't throw that away. It's just disrespectful to everyone involved. And of course, the food waste. Like, I should probably do a video deep diving into the environmental impact of food waste, because I don't think people quite understand how emitting it is. But I think it's like in the top 5 emitters. Like, if food waste was a country, it would be number 4 or 5 most wasteful countries. That's how harmful it is. But that's just physical food. That's not even talking about food packaging. Now I get it. Pre-packaged, pre-cooked food is super convenient for the holidays. Do what you can if you don't have the time, the energy, the money to like buy all the ingredients and cook a whole feast from scratch. I understand. But if you have the time, the resources, the capability, try making rolls from scratch. Try making green bean casserole from scratch, your pumpkin pie from scratch, to avoid a little bit of that food packaging, because a little does go a long way. In the UK alone, 140,000 tons of plastic packaging will be thrown into the landfill every year for the holiday season. And even if you can't avoid food and packaging, opt for things like paper, metal, glass, but try to avoid plastic at all costs, because plastic food packaging is rarely recyclable. And check your area before recycling. So, in short, let's do a little summary. How can you make your holiday season more eco-friendly? Number 1, use your plastic fake tree until it's completely broken. Don't throw it away just because it's not eco-friendly. That's not eco-friendly. Use what you have before buying new. That goes for your fake trees as well. If you're in the market for a tree, however, opt for a real tree instead, because they are a lot less impactful on the environment. Again, check out my full video comparing the 2 types of trees down below. And similar to that, number 3 is to use the decorations you already have. There's no point in throwing away something just because it doesn't fit the aesthetic or the trends of the year. If anything, at least donate them. Which leads me to my next tip, is to thrift things that you need. Thrift a fake tree, ornaments, a tree skirt, a star, whatever else you need to decorate for the holidays. Next, when it comes to gifts, don't trash unwanted items and don't trash really anything, like anything that's replacing your old items. Donate them, sell them, regift them. Tell your family exactly what you want for the holidays. Give them a list of things to choose from so that they can still surprise you, but this doesn't lead to unwanted gifts. Plan your meals in advance, not only so you save money, but so that you save waste from going to the landfill and methane from being emitted. Eat your leftovers or give them to someone who enjoys leftovers to, again, prevent those emissions. Opt for recyclable or reusable gift wrap instead of disposable. And try making an e-card this year to save yourself money and save some trees from being cut down. Let me know what other tips you have for a more eco-friendly holiday season down below. Let me know what other videos you would like to see around this topic. And don't forget to check out my other Christmas related content. I have gift guides now from 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022, all with over 150 different gifts to give for the holiday season. So if you're like, I have no idea what to give someone that's kind of eco-friendly, I have 600 options for you. I also have a video completely outlining tips for a more zero waste Christmas. We dive more into these and how to actually implement them into your Christmas routine, your Christmas traditions. And then I also have a video from 2019, the wasteful things I hate about Christmas. It is an anti-holidays, and I'm gonna do another one this year. I think it's coming out the week after this video, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna talk about more things I hate about the holiday season, not just the few in this video. Anyway, I hope that you learned something from this video and you found some value in it. If you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And again, if you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe. I talk about all sorts of things zero waste, focusing on free, easy, and fun ways to live low waste and practical ways to be an activist. I hope you have a healthy and a happy holiday season and a happy new year if I don't see you before then. But again, I do have some more fun holiday content coming up. I have the anti-holidays video coming up. I have my gift guide that's already posted if you'd like to check that out. And then my typical end of the year stuff, I do like an end of the year recap. I do some goals for 2023 for the new year. I'm doing an eco-friendly New Year's resolutions video. And then a special Christmas treat from you. I just started this last year. It is a year of bloopers where if you didn't know, I put bloopers at the end of every one of my videos because I mess up all the time. And then for my Christmas gift to you, it's me. It's laughing at me for 30 straight minutes. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember that your small actions have a big impact in the long run. Bye, guys. I always knew this light was here, but I didn't realize how much distracting it might be, so I'm really sorry. I'm not refilming that. There are many ways to give your tree new life, except because that animal was killed. There goes the lights again. Weird. That happened in the gift guide too. 240, that's a 7.